Good morning, everyone. Myself Suman Kumar, and today is my topic on presentation of AM transmission. Introduction: what is communication? Communication is an transfer to message from one person to another. It is an source of and destination. Process of conveying message or information. Transmitter modifies the message signal into a form which is suitable for transmission over channel, which is achieved by information source, transmitter, channel, receiver, a communication system. Transmitter. Transmitter concept in the block diagram below. Foundation license only permits use of commercial equipment to minimize the risk of interface and or out of band operation, avoid over deviating and operating pass into four matches. Block diagram. Audio stage, modulator, AM, FM, SSB, RF frequency generation, RF power amplifier. Transmitter. Transmitter, signal to modulator, oscillator, power amplifier, driver stage and power stage, and another one is antenna. Receiver, low noise amplifier, gain stage amplifier, filter, mixture, filter and oscillator and antenna. AM transmitter are a mature technology but are still in widespread use. Example include standard AM broadcast stations, CV radio, VHF aircraft radio. Next is AM transmitter stages. All of the stages of a transmitter except the power amplifier and possibly the driver operate at low power levels. This part of the transmitter exclusive of the power handling stage is called the exciter. Other transmit components include the oscillator stage, the buffer and multiplier stage, the driver stage, the power amplifier modulator. Next one is AM transmitter. Each AM station is allocated a frequency band of 10 kHz in which to transmit its signal. This frequency band is centered around the carrier frequency of the station. Next is AM transmitter. Transmitter input signal source is an audio signal. The input is modulated to the proper carrier frequency and modulated signal is amplified and broadcast. Another one, transmitter block diagram. Signal source, another modulator and power amplifier, and next is antenna. Amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation is a technique used in electronic communication, most commonly for transmitting information via a radio carrier wave. AM work by varying the strength of the transmitted signal in relation to the information being sent. In AM, a radio wave known as the carrier or carrier wave is modulated in amplitude by the signal that is to be transmitted. It is used in both analog and digital communication. Range of modulator is small as compared to FM, high level and low level modulation. In high power level modulation system, the carrier voltage modulated at the highest power level. The required power level is obtained by using class C amplifier. In low power level modulated system, the carrier is modulated at low power level and the carrier power is subsequently raised to the desired level in class B turned power amplifier. Transmitter using high power and level are widely used at present. Next one is AM transmitter. AM transmitter ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ हाई लेवल AM DS VFC ट्रांसमीटर. इसमें है मॉड्यूलेटिंग सिग्नल सोर्स, बैंड पास फिल्टर, प्री एम्पलीफायर, मॉड्यूलेटिंग सिग्नल ड्राइवर एम्पलीफायर, मॉड्यूलेटिंग सिग्नल पावर एम्पलीफायर, AM मॉड्यूलेटर एंड आउटपुट पावर एम्पलीफायर, बैंड पास फिल्टर, मैचिंग नेटवर्क, RF कैरियर ऑसिलेटर, बफर एम्पलीफायर, कैरियर ड्राइवर and carrier power amplifier, and next is antenna. Applications of high power amplifier. Power of modulating signal must be considerably higher than it necessary with low level transmitters as carrier at full power to achieve 100% modulation. AM transmitter used for voice or music source, generally an acoustical transducer. Example microphone, a magnetic tape, a CD or a photograph record. Next one is preamplifier. It's typically a sensitive class A linear voltage amplifier with a high input impedance. Function is to raise the amplitude of the source signal to a usable level. A minimum of non-linear distortion and little thermal noise is introduced. AM transmit driver is also a linear amplifier that amplifies the information signal to adequate level. To sufficient driver the modulator, more than one driver may be required. In a AM transmitter. RF carrier oscillator. Crystal controlled oscillator are most commonly used. Crystal controlled oscillators are most commonly used for better accuracy and stability. Stability is due to very low phase noise or electronic components are very less used in crystal oscillator circuits. Buffer amplifier. Buffer amplifier, otherwise frequency of carrier oscillator will not remain stable. Common collector, emitter follower used for buffer, modulator, frequency multiplier or harmonic generator. It's a turned circuit that can be turned to carrier frequency. Higher harmonic are also generated at this stage. Applications: wireless intercommunication, remote control unit, pages, short range walkie-talkies, AM transmitter, DSV FC, square law modulator, and another one is switching modulator. Square law modulator, square law device, V2T band pass filter, and it is AC cos 2 pi FCT. AM transmitter block diagram, circuit diagram of square law modulator. This one is square law modulator. The relationship between voltage and current in a linear resistance is given by I is equal to VV. But for non-linear device, current becomes proportional directly to some extent to voltage and also to the square cube and higher powers of voltage. I is equal to A plus VV plus CV square plus DV cube plus high powers. AM transmitter, square law modulator. This square term is large enough to be taken into consideration. I is equal to A plus VV plus CV square, where A is equal to DC component, V is equal to conductance, and C is equal to coefficient of non-linearity. Thank you.